Austin Pride Week continues with parties, performances, and a parade on Saturday. Joining us to talk more about this is Ricardo Martinez, Executive Director of Equality Texas. Good morning, Ricardo. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it is going to be fun on Saturday. Tell us about everything that's going to happen. The entire community is involved.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, you know, it's a jam-packed weekend. There's going to be celebrations everywhere. Obviously, there's going to be a festival Saturday and Sunday and a parade that's going to follow. Equality Texas will be marching. We'll be having our constituents there with us. It's going to be hot, so we recommend that people get out there, bring some water, stay hydrated, make sure you bring hats, umbrellas, anything that'll keep you cool.
Bring a fan.
A fan will do it, yeah, for sure.
You'll be surprised how much a fan and a hat will help pre-hydrate, as Zach likes to say. Start early in the morning. You're often on our show. We often interview you to talk a little bit about policy issues, things that have been happening over at the state capitol during this past legislative session. I imagine that some of those things may be addressed during the festival. Will there be any speaking? And by address, I just mean just sort of come together as allies, as a community, and talk about your rights.
For sure. I'm sure that there's going to be spaces where folks are going to be educated on where we are, right? Because I think we're in a very unique place that we haven't been in some time. There were 7 bills that were anti-LGBTQ that passed. People want to know, where are we when they become law on September 1st or January 1st? What is the impact that's going to happen? And most importantly, I think this is just an opportunity for people to gather and experience joy, right? Because it's been a really heavy year, and people need this moment of levity.
Past Pride parades or Pride festivals in general here in the city of Austin, I mean, it is an event to be at. You see it on Instagram. Everybody is having a really good time. I imagine that for Pride Festival Parade 2023, it's not going to be any different.
No, of course not. I think again, when we gather, you get to see people that you haven't seen for a really long time. People are kind of in this space of joy and community, so I think that they're more just excited to be around and be part of keeping Austin extra weird for an extra weekend, right?
Yeah, why not? So finally, can you give us, are you able to give us any details in terms of maybe where somebody should go for the start of the parade, or maybe just meet up at the festival, the little ins and outs?
I think it really all depends on where people want to be, right? Do you want to march, or are you watching, right? If you have young kids, if you have families, if you have an organization that you support, obviously it's great to march with that organization if you can. Registration, I think, for very many of them are still open, especially for this weekend. And if you're watching, I would just pick a spot right by the Capitol where we make that turn. Is a really great spot. Make sure that you're kind of timing it and creating a plan, just because, again, it's going to be really hot, and people start lining up around 2 o'clock. So 8 o'clock is when people start stepping off. So it's going to be a long day for folks who are going to be within the parade. But if you're just there to experience it, find a cool spot, find some shade, find some trees, and just enjoy.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that 8 o'clock is sort of when, because really the sun's starting to go down, and it does get relatively cooler.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah. So we'll all be having fun. Thank you so much for joining us, Ricardo. We really appreciate your time with us, and we will be right back. Stay with us.